Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
So it's down to business here.
Well, Peter, it's a joy to have a chance to watch one of the finest to emerge from the African continent, Samuel Eto'o. He backs up his goals with a really strong work rate, and he's always effective, whether on or off the ball.
Yeah, fantastic talisman for his nation.
And more disciplined than people credit him. Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Sepahan finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Chips it through. Suarez is onto it in a flash. And it's Michel Platini. Sepahan couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. He's picked his way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And here's Suarez. Drills one in. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning.
Luis Suarez! No, just not quite. Gattuso pokes it out wide. And he's managed to get free. Messi. And this is Eto'o. Now, can he beat? Goes for a shot! And that's a tiny finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring.
A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
And here's Eto'o. Eto'o going face-to-face with his great rival.
Yeah, it would seem a little too far out, and this will probably be a dink far post.
That was travelling.
Sepahan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Pull it. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh no, he's got that wrong.
Azar,
A player who needs no introduction. Now it's Luis Suarez. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, it's more pressure than ball at the moment. Maldini clears it away.
good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition.
Oh, well measured. Varane defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Gattuso
Did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Yaya Toure.
And it's Azar. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Platini. And that's been intercepted. Messi, given the lift of his goal.
Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now?
And he's quick to snatch it back. Platini, closing in on goal. Messi. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. No, that's been intercepted. Neymar. That ball looks a good one. He's found a way through. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Oh, perfectly measured that. He is through here. There's the shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Bayer Leverkusen with the corner, there first.
There will be 1 minute at a
Schmeichel
time.
breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And the referee has blown for half-time. So your views on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has
Hello
to
everybody,
resist
and
change
this is a
at
quick
this
reminder
stage.
to let you know that you'll be able
So
to
that was the
catch
first
today's
half,
match
and we will be back
broadcast
with the
live
second
on our
half
Club
shortly.
FM station.
So off we go again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either.
Shapes to shoot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Maldini. Thuram is very much of the non-shell pass school of defending.
Yaya Toure.
And it's Nesta. Eto'o might just make this. And it's Gattuso. Nicely weighted ball. And here's Platini. Platini crosses it in. Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
Eto'o. Now it's Luis Suarez. Suarez charging forward, the ball at his feet. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Bayer Leverkusen are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And this is Eto'o. Messi. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Decent hit from there. Gattuso. Rafael Varane. Gattuso. Time and again they are repelled. Gattuso makes a dash for it. And he plays one through. Real chance here. And he's got... Big chance! And he hits the net. Just one goal in it now. Game on! Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
Shifting momentum, perhaps.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now, all of a sudden, it seems the belief is back.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Neymar. Platini.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And it's Guardiola. And here's Eto'o. Oh, he's burst through. He's having a shot! Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Neymar. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And Dijk cuts it out.
Substitution for Leverkusen, number 99, Suarez. Number
Vitinha.
7, Hazard.
Lovely bit of skill.
Number 10,
Vitinha!
Messi. Number
I think
8,
the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
coming on the field, number 18, Mbappe.
And the shot!
Number 11.
Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Number 14, Ronaldinho. Number 17,
Bayer Leverkusen
Vitinha.
have their second corner now.
Number 6, Edmilson. Substitution.
Keeper has taken decisive action. And it's Ronaldinho. Opts to play it back. Oh, nice touch. Sepahan very much running into the last chance saloon.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He's got away. And this is Ronaldinho, and the shot! And a neat finish! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now!
That was a given, it always was.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
And it didn't take him long. Shot, surely! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Ronaldinho really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
So, third corner of the game. Seedorf gets it away.
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
He's trying to skip past his man. Luis Suarez. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Edmilson. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Messi. Great vision. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that is as far as it goes. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game, it's Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here, things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're very much underway now. And a chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench.
Bayer Leverkusen with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Messi. Borussia Dortmund have the chance to go the other way.
And the volley.
Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, typically for him that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Hazard might just make this.
Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into a stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. Roberto Carlos is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Now it's Neymar. Strong running down that left flank. That'll be a throw. It'll be a throw-in. Quarter of an hour played. Seedorf.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over.
Ibrahimovic finds himself offside.
Rafael Varane is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender.
Neither side yet able to find the net. Nesta.
Bayer Leverkusen always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
Corner it is.
Corner number 2 then.
Hefty challenge, but fair enough.
Oh, nice touch. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now, what about a counter-attack? That's a good run down the left. He has found the way through.
Messi, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
That's an excellent interception. Well seen, saw that coming. Guardiola is the team's great visionary. Neymar. And here's Neymar.
Neymar is fouled. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Seedorf. That pass isn't the best. Mbappe going about things with real menace. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, super ball! Tries a shot! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Hazard clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. Van Dijk. And it's Neymar. Rummenigge. And this is Ibrahimovic. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Messi. Played into space. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Borussia Dortmund clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Seedorf. This is a chance for Borussia Dortmund to break. That's good running with the ball. Thuram going forward. Azar. Araujo gets over and intercepts. Roberto Carlos. And it's Seedorf. And here's Mbappe. Driving through the middle. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Bayer Leverkusen! And deep into first half stoppage time. A timely strike. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, that's great.
Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Borussia Dortmund finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Just a quick reminder today, please refrain from parking outside this stadium. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
And we get things going again.
Borussia Dortmund really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything. Ibrahimovic really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Azar. Azar driving forwards. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Thuram calmly anticipates. Eto'o. Azar, a player who needs no introduction. And this is Eto'o. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Varane defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Bayer Leverkusen are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone.
Borussia Dortmund still this single goal behind. And it's Messi. Neymar. Spread out to the left. Can he spark a counter here? Tries to pass it through. Ibrahimovic! This time surely! And he hits the net! Borussia Dortmund back on level terms. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Seedorf. Now it's Seedorf.
Rummenigge. Rummenigge has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Azar. And it's Eto'o. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. That ball looks a good one. Eto'o, he's through. Chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Eto'o clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Substitution for Leverkusen.
Corner number 3 coming up.
Pep Guardiola. Number 10, Messi. Number 7,
And it's been taken short.
Hazard. Number 18,
Real chance!
coming on the field.
Nearly, but not
Number
quite.
17,
Well, there wasn't too
Vitinha.
much wrong with his effort.
Number
He needs to
11,
get on the ball again
Neymar.
and give it another crack.
Number
I would.
14, Ronaldinho. Number 99, Suarez. Substitution.
Araujo. Borussia Dortmund are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Messi. Now it's Cruyff. Half an hour gone in the second half.
Borussia Dortmund really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Thinks about the shot. Messi. It's Roberto Carlos. And here's Suarez. He's got away. And that could well leave a mark. Foul right on the edge of the box. It could go either way here. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. So we're ready to go. Goal! Bayer Leverkusen! Not much more than a formality.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Bayer Leverkusen have their lead.
It was definitely a brave call by the referee to give that penalty, and I think the way this game has gone, it could easily turn out to be the decisive moment.
And this is Hullet. Bayer Leverkusen needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Cruyff. Roberto Carlos.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. And it's Cruyff. Takes a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And he's heaved it away. And that will be it. Borussia Dortmund were involved in a great game here, unpredictable in so many ways, but in the end they fell just short. Effort unrewarded.
The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable.
Hello,
A
attendees.
game that
This
was
is
constantly
a
on the edge as both sides went
announcement.
full pelt
With the
trying to win.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful,
Hello,
clear
everybody,
evening.
and
The
welcome
conditions
to today's
contributing
match.
to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands.
Against
This
Borussia
really is
Dortmund.
the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Tries one from range! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence. Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, fabulous reader of the game.
And pretty much got it all.
Messi. And it's Vitinha. That's a good foray he's making. Now it's Eto'o. He's found a way through. Decent chance! And it's a goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more. Well, as options go, that was a superb choice. It's over and in. Job done.
So, a breakthrough already. And he cuts out the supply. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Messi. Cruyff. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Luis Suarez. Shot, surely! And he's quick to get rid. Vieira can clear it away. Rummenigge. Now it's Cruyff. Cruyff touches it back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Araujo, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And it's Ibrahimovic. Seedorf. Oh, this is a great position. And Cruyff! Well taken goal. Borussia Dortmund back on level terms. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And here's Eto'o.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. And this is Luis Suarez. That's tidy. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Seedorf. Can he get it through? Platini. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Platini was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Eto'o. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Platini. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Messi. And it's Luis Suarez. Vitinha can see things others simply cannot. Oh, no joy this time. Van Dijk. Roberto Carlos. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Now it's Luis Suarez. And here's Eto'o. Passing is crisp and sharp. Platini. Now that looks a decent ball. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Yaya Toure. And here's Suarez. Luis Suarez driving forwards. He's had a shot! Big moment! Massive goal! Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Bayer Leverkusen leading now.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the...
And that is the end of the first half. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half.
And a quick reminder today...
Well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. Down to business again.
Borussia Dortmund really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Space for him to turn and look. Roberto Carlos, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. He has found the way through. Hazard. Vieira does well not to be outdone there. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Vitinha. And here's Eto'o. Closing in on goal. Now he's shot at goal! And that's a sharp finish. And there's the goal they've been looking for. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So the lead now is 2.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Not the most accurate pass, but it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
It's a good spell of possession, this. Can he get on the end of this? Rummenigge! And he should have made them pay.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Now, what about a counter-attack? It's played through for him. He's shifting through the gears here. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Ibrahimovic, that's destined for the flank. Cruyff. That's good play. Pings in, he leaps for it! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
Substitution for Leverkusen. Number
So
17,
changes afoot here, and from
Vitinha.
both sides.
Number 10,
Nesta
Messi.
is one of those
Number
players
7,
who's known for
Hazard.
reading the game better than
Number
anyone.
99, Suarez.
And he's managed to get free.
On the field, number
While
8,
facing up to his adversary, this is a
number
formidable
11,
matchup.
Neymar.
There's a beautiful
Number
simplicity
14,
about this contest.
Ronaldinho.
Willing running on one side,
Number 18,
dogged defence on the other.
Mbappe. Substitution in progress.
And here's Messi. Couldn't squeeze it through. Bellingham. Borussia Dortmund do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Oh, good take in a good area. He has a look up. Bale! And how did he not put that away?
It's a good effort. You can sense that they're upping the gears. This needs to be sustained now.
Ronaldinho now looking to orchestrate a counter. Ronaldinho. Well, that's fabulous. Plays it in low. That's really well manoeuvred.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Hullet. Very nicely done. Nesta defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He's got away. And he shoots! Bellingham. Now it's Hullet. Now it's Cruyff. And here's Cruyff. And he was alert to it. And he has been fouled there. Great defending, strong and determined.
There will be 1 minute.
So just
added
one
time.
extra minute for stoppages. Guardiola. Neymar. And that will be the final act. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very... Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So we're very much on the way now.
Raphael Varane is someone I've always liked a lot for his incredible discipline and intelligence, Peter. So often having to play a covering role for a more aggressive partner, he really has made that style his own.
Yeah, that's something for which he has rightly received a lot of praise in view of the kind of players he's been paired with down the years.
Yeah, and something he can do thanks to his...
Can he finish? There it is!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Bayer Leverkusen finding themselves unexpectedly behind. That's a nicely shaped ball. And the shot!
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Now it's Eto'o. Now, can they get him away? Now, can he find a finish? And the shot! It's bounced back off the post. Borussia Dortmund leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Now it's Hullet. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Rummenigge. Might be danger here. And Messi! Sharp and fitting, but not quite.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Thuram is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Bayer Leverkusen have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers, and they can keep it up late into a game too.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Hazard does really well to win the ball there. Messi's having a shot! And he hits the net! Bayer Leverkusen back on level terms! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Bayer Leverkusen are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Bayer Leverkusen restore parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Araujo, still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. That looks a good ball through. He's can he finish? Azar, a player who needs no introduction. Platini. Messi. Eto'o.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Edmilson. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now it's Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And it's Luis Suarez. Van Dijk wins the duel this time. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Platini. Hullet. Now it's Messi. He'll try from distance. Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And they get themselves in front! That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
Borussia Dortmund with the lead. No way through, so back it comes. Well read, and the danger is averted. And the counter is on. Rafael Varane is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Messi. Maldini running with the ball. And here's Suarez.
Pretty robust defending.
And the ball's gone astray. And that is the end of the first half. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time.
We are glad to inform you that today's
Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Borussia Dortmund are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. So off we go again. And here's Hullet. Azar. And it's Edmilson to Guardiola. Gets a good foot in there. Pedri, who is rarely short on confidence. Now it's Luis Suarez. And it's Messi. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Messi is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Cross from Rummenigge.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
The referee's awarded a free kick. That's a sharp pass. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. So what can they make of this? That's good running with the ball. Great vision. Hazard receives it in a wide position. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Bayer Leverkusen can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Bayer Leverkusen appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Distributed tidily. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Great chance! And no mistake! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
So the lead now is 2.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
He's picked his way through. Steaming on. Eto'o! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Substitution for Leverkusen.
Bayer
Number
Leverkusen
8.
with their first corner, the first in the game for either side,
Number
actually.
10, Messi.
They've played it
Number
short.
7, Hazard. Number 99.
Borussia Dortmund are looking to go forward now.
Coming on the field, number 21, Schneider.
Platini under
Number
intense
19,
pressure.
Yeah, what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Mbappe.
Varane gets across to intercept that. Borussia Dortmund do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Looking for options. Shapes to shoot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. So smooth, a signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
It's starting to look like a done deal now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
He's beaten the last man. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Rafael Varane. Edmilson. Now it's Eto'o. Bale. And now the breakaway. Plays a sharp little ball here. Nice looking ball. Chips it through. He's in a great position here. Real chance!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Neymar into the last 5 minutes. And here's Mbappe. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Eto'o. Bale. Edmilson proves too strong, too smart. And here's Bale. Played out to the left flank. Could move up a gear here.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Not the most accurate pass. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Well, that pass isn't the best. Oh, perfectly measured that. That's been cut out, well played. And we're done. Borussia Dortmund pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted right from the start. A show all about one side's remorselessness, ruthlessness,
And now, I'd just like to read
relentlessness.
out our fan club members who are
Platini
celebrating
picking
their
up the Man of the
birthdays
Match
today.
award, and no surprise there. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here.
Hello,
A clear
everybody,
night,
and
all
welcome
the
to
ingredients
today's
for a
match.
showcase game that the
Leverkusen
passionate crowd
against
demands.
Borussia Dortmund.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Things already rolling. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's a 4-3-3.
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not...
Shapes to shoot!
Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
He's had a shot!
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Vieira clears without hesitation.
And he goes cross-field. Roberto Carlos did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Roberto Carlos. And here's Hullet. There's the shot! Goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe going face-to-face with his great rival.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
And here's Eto'o. Now it's Hazard.
So just a one early goal to report so far.
And the score is 1-0. First quarter of an hour gone. Messi.
He is through here.
Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Thuram
Getting this one clear.
Now it's Hullet!
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Eto'o.
He's offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And here's Cruyff. Messi. And it's Seedorf.
And that's been intercepted.
Spread to the right.
And the through ball.
He's got away.
He's found some space.
Great chance!
And that's a tiny finish.
Bayer Leverkusen back on level terms.
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Eto'o demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold...
And Messi!
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Oh, easy pickings there. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Half an hour played now.
Well, that is one way to stop him.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Rafael Varane
Gets a foot in and wins the ball.
Bayer Leverkusen always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
Seedorf is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rate it in or suffer the consequences.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And that's going to be a booking.
fraction. Bullet! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And they're back in front. An act of great generosity, accepted gratefully, indeed gleefully.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
Borussia Dortmund have their lead. Roberto Carlos
Is one whose deliveries we all know about. Now the ball in. And the shot! And yes, it's there! They are purring, truly purring. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Now it's Eto'o.
Platini.
Messi.
Well seen, saw that coming. Platini. And that is the end of the first half.
Borussia Dortmund are 2 up, and on the balance of things, I would say deservedly so. They had a very coherent game plan, and if they are allowed to continue in the same vein, I can only see the margin getting bigger.
Well, we've been blessed with a goal-laden first half. 3-1 is the half-time score. The second period is on the way. Cruyff. Here's a man who his teammates can look to in all times.
Messi.
And here's the chance to counter.
Now it's Cruyff.
Roberto Carlos.
Yaya Toure. Now it's Hazard.
That is lovely. Oh, that's fabulous. Great, and the shot! Oh, good finish. It is an explosive start to the second half. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finish.
And Cruyff! Cruyff! That is beyond words! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. 2 up now, and they are cruising. He has given that the lot. Bang!
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Borussia Dortmund now in a position far more desirable.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Oh, nice touch.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Araujo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Messi.
Bayer Leverkusen are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape. Certainly when...
And the shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And it's been taken short. And it's Bergamy.
Decent chance!
And that has fair fizzed.
Bergamy clearly feels he did everything right there. He really wasn't that far away.
Seedorf.
Platini currently being consciously targeted.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Messi.
Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Messi. Oh, no, that was never going to make it.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Platini. That's a cute ball.
Not the most accurate pass.
Not the most... Oh no, what has happened here?
Vitinha has created one goal already. And this is Eto'o.
Nicely weighted ball. Good take, and is he in?
Roberto Carlos.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Just about up to 75 minutes. Oh, sweet feet. And this is Messi.
Big chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. And here's Azar.
And he's managed to get free. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Now it's Cruyff.
Succumbs to the pressure.
Borussia Dortmund have a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 17, Vitinha. Number 7, Hazard. Number 18, Mbappe.
Pings in a... Getting
Number
up there! Relentless! Just relentless! It's all becoming so easy. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Borussia Dortmund
Palpably stronger, better, superior.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Edmilson.
And this is Eto'o. Araujo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
A probing pass.
Thuram cuts it out.
Bellingham, the magician-in-chief, his feet twinkling.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Added time.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Van Dijk gets it clear. And he's only too happy to take that back. Seedorf.
Shot a goal! And he hits the net!
Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, that's great disguise he got on that.
And that's that.
Borussia Dortmund can reflect on a job really well done. Superior tactically, physically and mentally, all round the better side. It turned into a very, very smooth
Hello
ride.
everybody, and please join me in wishing
final
a
thoughts,
happy
Jim?
wedding
I think we just saw a
anniversary to one
team
of our fan club
winning
members.
by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening
Hello,
here.
everybody,
A clear
and welcome
night,
to
all the
today's
ingredients
match.
for a showcase game, but the passionate
Against
crowd
Borussia
demands.
Dortmund.
I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere, and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff.
Now it's Hullet.
Seedorf wants to run onto this. Well, of course, Italy has always been the place to be when it comes to defensive maestros, and here is a prime example. So how highly do you rate this fella, Alessandro Nesta?
Well, he's without doubt one of the very best they've produced. He's been mature well beyond his years since those younger days, blending power, speed, technique, and really good intelligence and ability to read the game. It's no surprise to me that so many have aspired to be just like him.
Rummenigge. This is a promising build-up. Driving forward. Rummenigge, a header! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Lahm looking to pass their way up the pitch. No way he was going to let him past. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And it's Seedorf. Yaya Toure. He is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. No goals as yet. And they can counter here. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Lahm. And the pass is intercepted. He's not got that quite right. And it's Hullet. Roberto Carlos. And this is Messi. There's the shot! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! A truly super goal. What a spiky hit that was.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
So we have the first goal.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Seedorf. Borussia Dortmund already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. And this is Hullet. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Seedorf. Araujo cuts it out, and here's Hullet, and it's Seedorf. Hullet. Casillas breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Nicely spread, and he's quick to return it. And this is Messi. Here comes the cross. Lahm clears it away. Oh, there's a probing ball. And here's Messi. Oh, easy pickings there. Out for a throw. Gattuso. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And he's running through. Eto'o. He's found some space. Eto'o! And that's a good finish. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Bayer Leverkusen are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
There will be 1 minute
Tries to play it through. Takes a shot! What a wonderful goal! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous...
And the whistle goes for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part.
Just a quick
Neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Borussia Dortmund are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break. And we get things going again. Seedorf can so cleverly bypass the press. Pull it. Oh, that's neat. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Now it's Hullet. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. That's the keeper's ball. Yaya Toure. Eto'o. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And it's Yaya Toure. That's a sharp pass. Out towards the flank. Lahm delivers.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now Gattuso. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Messi. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Seedorf. Lahm. Nice interception, well timed. Hullet.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
No, he's not getting his way this time. Rummenigge. And here's Hullet. Space for him to turn and look. It's out for a goal kick.
Substitution for Leverkusen. Number 10.
The two coaches
Messi.
are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Seedorf. Coming on
Borussia
the field,
Dortmund perhaps
number
wondering what the
11,
best time is for their
Neymar.
next substitution.
Number 8.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. He's played it back. Lampard running with the ball. And claimed it back swiftly. Lahm got a long way forward to join the attack. And here's it's Neymar! And no mistake! It's level again! What a match we have!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it. An impact sub.
It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
20, Ibrahimovic. Number 3, Roberto Carlos. Number 22, Lau. Coming on the field, number 7.
Played into space. Rafael Leao in acres of space out wide.
Number 17, Zanetti.
Borussia Dortmund
Substitution
really
in
can't
progress.
be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
He has a look up. He's free. Shot a goal! A real chance and a real let-off.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Neymar.
This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Bale!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Borussia Dortmund really will have to throw everything at this now. Drogba.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
5 minutes left on the clock. Now it's Eto'o.
Gattuso.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. Ibrahimovic.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Shapes to shoot! Oh, that could be pivotal! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
They knocked and knocked, but there is time for no more.
Borussia Dortmund illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football.
Everything looked so good for them to start with, but as we have seen so many times, they ended up with nothing.
The stadium gate. Kindly remove it.
So there it
as
is.
about to be
What
towed
struck
away.
you most about that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very... Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. They do appear, Jim Beglin, to be going with a 5. Oh no, this does not look good. It's not an especially good pass, that.
Now this man, Yaya Toure, Jim, midfielders don't come much more complete and dominant than him, do they?
Well, the envy of so many opposition teams, I would guess. No one offers the complete package like he does, the perfect blend of power, of pace, and it's no exaggeration to say that he's one of the greatest box-to-box players around.
A real handful by any measurement.
Totally.
Messi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Luis Suarez. Lampard. That is lovely. Seedorf
Wins the duel this time.
Fair to say, I think a cautious start from both teams.
Gattuso. That's an imaginative pass.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And it's Messi. He shifted it to the flank. In towards the back stick. Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you could see his annoyance.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened. Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
And this is Luis Suarez. Very nicely done. Good read, needed to be.
Gattuso. A probing pass.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Bayer Leverkusen are inclined to exhibit a more cavalier approach to the game, Jim.
Yeah, possession-based football can be expansive and stylish, provided you have enough ballers in your team and someone who can dictate the tempo. It's not a style that anyone can necessarily play easily, Peter.
Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cruyff. Now it's Ibrahimovic, and he was quick to react. Lampard.
Gattuso.
Oh, super ball. Messi.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Lahm finding himself in space. And this is Messi. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Gattuso, looking tidy in possession here. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Now then, clash of the egos.
And here's Eto'o. Now it's Lampard. That's a lovely, neat pass. Lampard really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Roberto Carlos. And they can counter here. Messi. Now it's Luis Suarez. Good running, strong and purposeful. Luis Suarez. And this is Messi. Tries a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Bayer Leverkusen with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And that is expertly dealt with. And here's Messi. Lampard. That's good play. And now they can clear their lines. And the referee says that that is that for the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps.
Wishing all the best for members
How's
of
the
our
first
fan
half
club
compared with your
celebrating their
expectation?
wedding
Well, it's been
anniversary
nothing
today.
but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break. And so the action is resumed.
Borussia Dortmund really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
Nesta. Great vision. Seedorf. Seedorf ploughing through the middle. Towering header! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Ibrahimovic is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
And he's there to clear it. Lahm gets on his bike and on the move. Bayer Leverkusen have the chance to go the other way. Varane cuts it out. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Messi. Nesta tries to clear. Roberto Carlos. Rafael Varane is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. Space for him to turn and look. Roberto Carlos.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Roberto Carlos. It's a goal kick. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think both teams can help themselves massively with better movement up front, Peter. There's just not enough happening at the moment. And essentially, their job is to find space, and that needs to start happening.
Oh, no question, that's a foul. And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident.
Well, he pushed his luck to the very limit, and the refs just lost patience with him.
So we have movement on both benches.
Number 8, Frank Lampard.
And it's Seedorf. That's been intercepted.
That was
Number
well played,
18,
well stopped.
Suarez. Number 22, Lars.
That's beautifully
Number
weighted.
3, Roberto
It's gone all the way through to the
Coming on
keeper.
the field, number 14.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Pull it.
Number 7,
And pull
Didier
it!
Drogba.
Loose ball now, and there's a
Number
chase on to
17,
retrieve it.
Zanetti. Number 27.
Great ball, and he's in. Takes a shot! And yes, it's there! And the game has liftoff. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just...
He's had a shot! Goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So they have it all to do again.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn...
Oh, he's been caught on it here. And this is Drogba. Chance for a shot! Goal! Bayer Leverkusen! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department. Bayer Leverkusen surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route, but...
Oh, real chance! Oh, and that is really good tenacity.
Substitutions taking place.
Bayer Leverkusen have their second corner now. And it's hoisted clear. Borussia Dortmund are looking to go forward now. Now it's Bale. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pinches it off him. So what can they make of this?
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive? Borussia Dortmund really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Rafael Varane. Maldini is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Pull it. Seedorf. Drogba looking understandably energised after his goal. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Neymar, the pressing's intense and it's paid off. And this is Drogba. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Borussia Dortmund pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
We're up and running then. And looking down the list of names, it does look, Jim, as though it's going to be a 5-3-2.
Well, a reinforced rearguard, Peter, and a compact midfield probably suggests that they're focusing much on giving very little away. I think if you commit to that, then you really can't afford to concede, because it clearly demands a quick change in approach if you do, which isn't always easy, because in the build-up to this, believe me, they'll have been working principally on organisation and shape in training. And it's not easy just to suddenly come out of that.
Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Has to go back here. And he's intervened well there. And it's Hullet.
Roberto Carlos, Peter, might have had more of an impact on the world game than any other fullback before or since.
In what regard?
Well, with his pace, skills and his overlapping runs, he effectively revolutionised the role. He turned the fullback into a vital attacking weapon. It inspired so many players to be just like him.
Bayer Leverkusen with the corner, there first. Yaya Toure! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Roberto Carlos. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up. This is the time you need that pace.
Can he get it through? Messi. Seedorf. And this is Messi. Shot at goal! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And it's Borussia Dortmund who take the lead. The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Yeah, the goal was really well worked. Look, the game is a constant search for space, and he found the pocket.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Bayer Leverkusen do have a chance to counter here. Ronaldinho running with intent. He's found some space. Varane did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, played through for the wide man. Oh no, what has happened here? Eto'o is herring after that one. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. And it's Roberto Carlos. Almost half an hour in now. Passing is crisp and sharp. And this is Eto'o. Succumbs to the pressure. Lahm. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Luis Suarez. Seedorf is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Well, that looks a decent ball. Forwards and with intent. And it's Hullet. Space for him to turn and look. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And here's Eto'o. That's tidy. Varane defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Borussia Dortmund looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Now, can they get him away? And here's Eto'o. And he can clear it away. And smartly reclaimed. Seedorf. Eto'o takes a shot! And it's been hooked away. Nesta.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And it's Ronaldinho. Aimed beyond the defence. And the referee has signalled for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
I'd like to draw your
Borussia
attention to the
Dortmund
screen right
leading
now
by
for
1
information
at the
on our
break.
shuttle bus service.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Borussia Dortmund just about ahead, 1-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, Keep it going.
And that is headed for the middle.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And now they can spring out of defence. Could be danger here.
And the finish!
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And Cruyff! And that's a good finish. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Cruyff! Yes! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this.
A case now of complete control.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Bayer Leverkusen appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
And this is Luis Suarez.
And a chance! And it's in!
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Bayer Leverkusen may be down, but not out just yet. Suarez gets on his bike and on the move. Lahm. Now it's Cruyff. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And it's Lahm. Under an awful lot of pressure. Nicely aimed pass. Ronaldinho. Lahm. Ronaldinho.
Chance for a shot!
Well taken goal. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Bayer Leverkusen now just needing one.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Lahm is one whose deliveries we all know about. Just about up to 75 minutes. And they're back on the ball again. Roberto Carlos. Looking for options for movement.
Borussia Dortmund surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Eto'o
Goes for a shot!
and no mistake. Bayer Leverkusen back on level terms.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball and they're in.
And now he has two.
Substitution for Leverkusen. Number 14.
So we have movement on
Seedorf.
both benches.
Number 19.
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Ronaldinho.
Well, their manager
Number
seems to have them
18,
always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal
Number
coming?
3,
They're such an entertaining watch.
Roberto Carlos. Number 22. Now, coming on the
Maldini
field.
goes
Number
direct.
8. Frank
Van
Lampard.
Dijk gets over and
Number
intercepts.
23,
Well, that tackle was
Hazard.
certainly sturdy.
Number 20, Ibrahimovic. Number
it's Eto'o.
27, Silvestre. Number 17,
Looking to play him in.
Zanetti.
Now that's well seen too.
Substitution.
Now it's Rafael Leao. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Rafael Leao. It's Neymar! Oh, he's done it! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
And in a trice, the substitute. Good effort from distance. And the keeper's well
There will be
positioned.
5 minutes added time.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Yaya Toure can so cleverly bypass the press. And here's Eto'o, out towards the flank. The ball has bounced loose now. And that is well cleared. And the counter is on. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, he's been flattened there. And again. And the referee brings it to a close. Borussia Dortmund have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. So there we have it,
I'm
Jim.
afraid to
A
tell
game
you that we're
seemingly
expecting
destined for
traffic to be heavy
stalemate,
after the
but
final
then
whistle
the
today.
ultimate smash and grab.
Well, I thought only one team could win this, certainly in the last few minutes, Peter. They didn't half make it hard on themselves, but sometimes you just have to win games whatever way you can, and that they did.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.